In previous lecture, we have seen the wireless IRDA protocol. So we'll see the wireless Bluetooth protocol. Bluetooth has a slightly more advantage than IRDA, as the rate of communication, distance of communication is more in case of the Bluetooth. So for that purpose, for detailed study of it, I'll share the screen. So as you can see, Bluetooth protocol. So straight away we directly see the features of the Bluetooth protocol. As we have listed, it uses radio frequency of 2.4 gigahertz. See, the frequency comes under radio spectrum. In IRDA case, the frequency comes under non-visible spectrum. So here we are using radio frequency. So the line of sight obviously not required. In case of IRDA, as the frequency is very huge, they travel in generally straight line. So the point to point and line of sight communication must be required in case of IRDA. As here we are using the radio frequency, no line of sight communication is required. So this is one more advantage because of the use of radio frequency. Second is point to point and point to multi-point communication is there. Point to point means what? Two devices can communicate with each other only, but line of sight is not required. Okay. And point to multi-point means what? One transmitter device can broadcast the message and you can send it to other devices. Okay. So generally about 7 to 8 devices can be connected to Bluetooth directly. So broadcast type of messages can be there here. It supports voice as well as data transmission. So as you can see, the voice and data transmission, both things are there in case of Bluetooth protocol, but in case of IRDA protocol, only data transmission was there. So the voice communication cannot take place through the Bluetooth protocol. Then it transmit data up to 10 meters. Generally, you can say up to 10 meters you can transmit the data, but if you increase the power of the transmitter and the antennas, number of antennas, if you increase, the distance of communication can be increased up to 100 meters. So generally, with nowadays, whatever Bluetooth devices we have, the version 4.0, etc., the distance of communication is up to 40 meters in a normal telephone, in normal mobile phone also. So the with higher versions of Bluetooth, now we have the faster data rate as well as the distance of communication is also increased. It supports the synchronous as well as asynchronous communication. Whenever the data communication is, whenever the data transmission takes place, it supports asynchronous mode. When the data communication is voice type of transmission is there, then it supports the synchronous type of mode. Means it can transmit data according to clock as well as without clock. So these are the main features of the Bluetooth protocol. If you see this diagram, see my arrow. If you see this diagram, these are the 7 layers of transmission. In computer network subject, you have already studied that these 7 layers of communications are there. And whenever you have to set up the communication between two devices, these 7 layers must be satisfied that protocol. So physical layer is there, data link layer is there, network layer is there, transport layer is there, session layer is there, presentation layer is there, and application layer is there. So application layer is nothing but the app, mobile app that we have in inbuilt. So that application layer generally is the user friendly and the commands you are giving using this application layer. So the physical layer is the baseband and radio frequency. Means you are using the radio frequency and baseband signal for transmitting. Means you are establishing the physical connection between the two devices or many devices. Data link layer, uh, generally this link manager protocol, L2 cap, RFCOM, PPP. So all these layers of Bluetooth represents the data link layer of the transmission protocol. This network transport and session layer are combiningly known as the TCP/IP. Means whatever the unique identification number, the protocol, the what you can say, TCP number of unique number is given to the Bluetooth using which we can communicate. So every Bluetooth device has a unique number, and when the data communication takes place, some handshaking signals are also exchanged between two data means transmission and receiving devices. So when these handshaking signals are exchanged, then connection is established and then data transmission starts. And this presentation and application layer supports this application, that is AT, TCS, SDP. So this is the Bluetooth protocol, and these all layers of Bluetooth protocol are there, and this represents similar to our 7 layers of the protocol, transmission protocols. So generally, Bluetooth was developed for the short range wireless application connectivity and data transmission between laptops, computer, mobile phone, and other electronic devices. Bluetooth can transmit data through solids and non-metal object, not through metal object, non-metal object. So the Bluetooth protocol operates around 2.4 gigahertz extra charges are required for this use of protocol, the use of this frequency band. If you have to use medical frequency band, the military band, then you have to take permission of government. But if for ISM band, there is no requirement of the government, permission of government. So the Bluetooth range is from 10 centimeter to about 10 meter. But as I said, the power, transmitting power is increased, then communication may takes place up to 100 meters. Bluetooth is a low cost, short range radio link which facilitates the ad hoc connection. Ad hoc means what? They are non-stationary connection. Means the connection is established, the data communication takes place, and after that the connection can be disconnected. So again after some time you can make new connection. So this is called as an ad hoc connection. So Bluetooth uses the master slave type of configuration, means the device which is a transmitting device, that device can act as a master, so that other devices act as a slave device. So single master device can be connected up to 7 different slave devices. What I said, up to 7 to 8 devices can be connected to the Bluetooth, means the broadcasting can takes place. So every Bluetooth has a 48-bit address. प्रत्येक ब्लूटूथ डिवाइसला 48 बिटचा ऍड्रेस असतो, जो की युनिक ऍड्रेस असतो वर्ल्ड वाइड. The most significant 24 bits of the address is an unique identifier which identifies the manufacturer, which manufacturing company is manufacturing that Bluetooth device. The 24 bits represent that unique number of manufacturer, and remaining 24 bits are more unique part of the addresses. So 24 bit belong to the manufacturer company, and 24 bit 24 bits are given to the device, so that you can identify that device. So when two devices want to share the data with each other, they must be get bonded together. Means they must get paired with each other. So bonded devices automatically establish a connection whenever they are close enough within the Bluetooth supported range. So bonds are done through one-time process called as a pairing. So some short passkey is also shared with other devices when the communication is started. When you enter the passkey, you can enter into that pairing condition. When devices are paired with each other, they start sharing their addresses, name, profile, some secret key, which allow them to bond whenever they are together in the future. So whenever this passkey is shared, first time only you have to share the passkey, and rest of the time you can access it without using the passkey. So generally, most of the time, you students are also using this Bluetooth protocol for communication. Generally, you are sharing the audio files, data files, some video files, or you can have the apps for the voice calling also. So this Bluetooth is very simple protocol for use also. So pairing always requires an authentication where a user must validate the connection between the devices. If some receiver wants some data from the transmitter, then transmitter always authenticate the receiver. When authentication takes place, when you allow that device to pair with you, then and then the other device can be paired with you. Otherwise, if you reject the request, then connection cannot be established. So Bluetooth data transmission rate is very small. It can be up to 1 Mbps, while the maximum effective rate for asymmetric link is 721 kbps in forward direction and 57 kbps in reverse direction. And for uh, audio communication, that is for the voice communication, the data rate is 432 in both direction, means forward direction, reverse direction. Whenever the data transmission takes place in asynchronous mode, as you know that large data is to be transmitted in forward direction, and when acknowledgement is received, that acknowledgement is of very less bits. So the reverse direction data communication rate is 57 kbps, and forward direction is about 721 kbps. And for voice communication, both the devices are allocated same bandwidth of 432 kbps. So this is the Bluetooth protocol. As you see, this is very simple to use, and it has very large advantages over the ILD protocol. I hope your Bluetooth protocol is clear, and I hope you can have the more knowledge regarding this Bluetooth protocol.